Hey people, after I posted that movie yesterday about the mimosa, I got to thinking what that word would be backwards, and it comes out to be oxum. And I made a movie about this, I don't know, about 7 months ago maybe. The oxum ocean was ancient god of medicine. Oxum means to make strong, as in if you was to take a bunch of ocean water and oxum it, you would be evaporating the water off and getting the salt out of it. That's what it means by strong. You know, the more water you evaporate out, the stronger it's going to get. But when I went searching for this word, and sure enough, it comes after attack, and so it reads backwards and forwards. So it's mimosa oxum, and that would be, you know, the pure strength DMT, to oxum your mimosa. But when I found it here, I noticed this is just a short chapter, 12 lines, and the last 3 lines was thick and dark italic. And so I looked up to see what that was all about, and sure enough, this was the Isaiah the prophet, and he was talking about, in the beginning of it, was talking about Jesus coming, and at the end it was a grave assigned to him. And so this is straight out the Book of the Dead. But up here on the top, when it does talk about the suffering servant, it uses the name Amen. Use it spelled a couple different ways, but this is one of them, the Amen, I-M-I-N, the Amen. And the reason it spells it different ways is the same, you know, because it means different things, and sometimes it means the different qualities of this God Amen. But if you read about this Amen, you'll see that this was the ancient Jesus that had run the Hyksos out. He's the one that ran a rebellion against the Hykso kings, run them out in the 15th dynasty. And the more you read about it, the more you see that this is Jesus. This was the ancient Jesus. So I just want to read y'all this one line down here. But if you read this in Greek, you'll see it more explains that picture I showed in that movie about the woman leaning out of the mimosa tree and pouring the red wine in the arm of Yahweh. And he shall grow up as a tender plant before him, and as a root. And the word for root is this SRS, the source. The source is where everything comes from. The source comes from the root. And it's easy to see what they're talking about and hear the same thing. And I'm going to read this whole thing for you in another movie, but I just want to get on over here to something everybody needs to know today. And it's down here at 7, and it starts that he was oppressed, the niggas, NGS. To nig the gin was the whoever's cranking the handle, you know, the niggas was cranking, it was the bull or whoever was cranking. But it says the niggas to who none, N-O-N-E, to none will. This word they give not all the time. It's not. It's the opposite of not. It means will. None will. The not is over here in none, not here. The niggas to who none will make path. I-P-T-H. And that's usually the door or the way, but that's what it says, is make path. And it has the tack. And so this is backwards. W-I-P-I-W. The whip to. And so it's talking about, you know, in the Book of the Dead, after you're dead, you don't have none of you niggas to whip a path anymore. And then the lamb to the slaughter was led, and as a sheep before Gezza, the shears, is silent, so not he opened his mouth. And so to whip will the none will make path to whip to kiss, to cash, let be Jubal. This is Jubal, and the lambs led to the Jubal. That's totally wrong. You know, a Jubal comes up several times here. Same punctuation. Jubal is one of the brothers of Tubal Cain, half brother of Tubal Cain, Jubl. But it's also the Jubilee. It comes up several times as Jubilee. And they didn't change the word Jubilee because that's old fisherman's term. We know what a Jubilee is. The Jubilee tide comes in, and that's when there's no oxygen in the water, and all the fish come to the beach, and it's a free-for-all. Just all you want. You don't need a fishing pole and net or nothing. You just go out there and scoop them up with your hand. It's a Jubilee. And it talks about it several times here. The Jubilee, Jubal. But you'll see just before this, the first time it comes up, Jubal, they got a total different word they tried to stick it there. The trumpet of the Jubilee. The Truoe. The trow. The trow. The trow is a small boat that it doesn't have a deep shaft on it. It's something you can use to get in the shallow water. You know, you take a big sailboat, and when you're going to go fish in the bay, you drop your trow. And you know, it might have a sail, but it just doesn't have a deep keel on it, and you can get in that shallow water is what this is. But yeah, they just change these words up to fit whatever they want. Mainly they're trying to make them fit the Greek, which is totally opposite book of this. But yeah, you can see that's Jubal, Jubl, same punctuation, no dot in the B or nothing. Juvl, Juval. And so what it's saying is you're on your own now. You know, when you're dead, you're on your own, and you ain't got none of you niggers to whip a path through the crowd. The niggers to who none will make path whip to. The cast let be Jubal to crawl. Crawl to KRHL. To crawl, lipping. Gezza. So this Gezza is probably right for shears here. The G is to carry, and the Z is a tool, and the Z is also to cut. So to carry, the tool to cut, yeah. Y-E. No limb will make path. Poo. And so now it doesn't have the tack in front of it, like here. And so now it just reads P-I-W. So a poo is the P-I is the mouth, and the vav is connected. So this would be the word that will make path to word. And that's the old Egyptian opening of the mouth ceremony. And this chapter talks about several of these ceremonies. You see it, it's talking about the kissing of the Ankh too. So right now the sheep are being led to the slaughter. And I wanted to show you this, that they just switch these words, Juba, as they wish. And, you know, so if you're playing poker, you don't know what's in the other guy's hand. You just try to figure out what he wants you to do, and then you disappoint him. If he wants you to stay in, he's probably got some good cards you need to get out. You know, and if he's trying to bluff you out, if you feel he's trying to run you out, you know, you stay in there with a pair of deuces. That's probably your pot. He probably got nothing. He probably missed it straight. He's trying to bluff you. You know, if he drew one card and he missed it straight, he's going to try to bluff you. But there's a reason Biden was picked to go against Trump, you know, and all the Democrats think all Republicans stupid, and all the Republicans think the Democrats stupid, and they're all totally asleep. They don't see what's going on in the big picture, you know. They pulled Biden because he hasn't got a chance against Trump. you Democrats are wasting your time to go vote for Biden. I wouldn't vote anyway. It works on your psyche. That voting is a way to work on your psyche to make you feel like, well, that's what you asked for. Hey, you were involved. Now you owe. But there's something bigger going on. There's something going down, and actually the best thing we could do is put Biden in there, because he's such a space case. That's the only way we're going to have a chance to overthrow this fraudulent government we got going on. With the whole world has got to come together, and we got to overthrow all of our governments. There's something wrong, and it's time, and that we are the sheep, and they're leading us to slaughter, and it's going to be a jubilee. It's going to be easy, because they have got us really dumbed down. All right, I'm going to cut this off here. Good day.